Welcome to Educating Black and Brown. EduBNB, where we educate you on various topics such as news and entertainment, health and fitness, religion, finances, lifestyles, and much more. Our mission is to enlighten, inspire, and motivate you while promoting the culture. Anytime you win the lotto, you should be happy. Nonetheless, it has caused more harm than good for many African American winners. A few have even lost their lives as a result of their prizes. Educating Black and Brown takes an in-depth look at 7 black lottery jackpot winners. Their stories of sudden prosperity and the drama that came with it. We will look at the good, the bad, and the ugly of lottery winners. According to statistics, no matter how much money lottery winners make, their luck, whether they are white or black, 70% of them lose it all within 5 years. The lottery has been chronically discriminatory in the way it aggressively pushes itself into black communities and low-income areas. Let's get started with the good. Number 1. Miguel Pilgrim. A South Florida guy who won the lotto gave back by donating some of his money. The county of Broward is now designating a day in his honor. Miguel Pilgrim, a resident of Coral Springs, won $52 million in the Florida lottery in 2010 and decided to receive the money as a lump sum. It came to $29 million in the end. The winning ticket was purchased at a North Bay Village Shell petrol station. Yet, Pilgrim did not spend the entire sum on himself. He made the decision to help the county's less fortunate citizens. In exchange, Broward County has declared February 6 to be Miguel Pilgrim Day. Pilgrim created the Pilgrim Group, which focuses on commercial and residential real estate in the Fort Lauderdale area. Number 2. Pearly Smith. They might have been New Jersey's 8 luckiest people. The $429.6 million Powerball jackpot was won by the Smith family, which includes 70-year-old Pearly Smith and her 7 children. Valerie Arthur, the oldest daughter and a former prison superintendent, claimed that the winning numbers were revealed to them in a dream. She claimed there was divine intervention. You can only describe how the numbers were selected in that way. During a dream, that is. Prior to investing it in their community through the Smith Family Foundation. They utilized the money to settle their debts, including bills and college loans. Valerie said, "We can assist them achieve the education and employment they need to be able to go out and buy their own food, rather than merely helping them find food or giving it to them." The foundation will collaborate with the city to provide Trenton with funding for both the long-term and the short-term. Number 3. Cynthia Stafford. According to Lotto analyst, Stafford, who won a staggering $129 million in the California lottery in 2007, was trying to care for her aging father and raise her 5 children. She had referred to herself as a somewhat consistent lottery player before winning. She reportedly received a settlement of $67 million after taxes. Stafford actually divided the money equally with her father and brother since she was so giving. Naturally, she indulged a little, as any lottery winner would. She bought a 4,000-square-foot house in affluent California Palisades. She then purchased a used Mercedes-Benz R-Class as her new vehicle. Stafford also hired a personal trainer and took a trip to Paris with some of her winnings before starting to give back and donating to charities she had admired for years. Since then, she has established herself as an entrepreneur and philanthropist in the Los Angeles region. Stafford is the CEO of Queen Nefertiti Productions, her own production company, and is heavily associated with Geffen Playhouse, a Los Angeles non-profit performing arts venue. She acknowledges that she continues to play the lotto today. Next, let's examine the bad. Number 4. Jonathan Vargas. Jonathan Vargas, a 19-year-old from Gaston, South Carolina, won a $35 million Powerball jackpot in 2008. The majority of the numbers that Vargas, the first winner from South Carolina, chose were based on the ages or birthdays of his family members. After taxes, he decided to take home a lump payment of around $17.3 million. He and a few associates used the funds to start the all-female wrestling promotion Wrestlicious. Even more, he pledged to use the profits to purchase his mother a house. Only a select number of the numerous young lottery winners who have surfaced over the years appear to have wise plans for the money they are fortunate enough to earn. The young man at the time appeared to be incredibly mature in his post-win plans. He finally lost it all, though, as a result of a string of poor choices and extravagant spending on designer apparel and jewelry. Jonathan bought a mansion and put his money into many ventures that never seemed to work. Jonathan wanted to start a television show, and it was the final straw for his wealth. Number 5. Sharon Turabassi. A check for more than $10 million Canadian dollars was cashed by Sharon Turabassi, a single mother who had been receiving welfare, in 2004. In less than 10 years, she was back riding the bus, working part-time, and living in a rented house after spending her money on a large house, fine cars, fashionable clothes, costly parties, exotic holidays, handouts to relatives, loans to friends. She told the Hamilton Spectator all of that other stuff was wonderful in the beginning, and now it's like, back to life. Fortunately, Turabassi set aside a portion of her inheritance in trusts for her 6 children, who could access the funds once they were 26. Finally, the ugly part of winning the lottery. Number 6. Doris Murray. When Doris Murray, a loving 42-year-old mother of 4, was fortunate enough to purchase a $5 million winning lottery ticket, she was living in South Carolina. Another tragic and sobering tale is that of Murray, who was fatally killed in 2008 by her ex-boyfriend Derek Lorenzo Stanley of East Dublin before she could even take pleasure in her winnings. The family of Murray reportedly alerted the police after they noticed Derek Stanley, 51, leaving her house with blood on his face. During a car chase with the police, Stanley was apprehended. WLTX stated that an investigation at the time of the incident suggested that the two may have fought after she told him she wanted to end their relationship and become friends. Despite her winnings, Murray lived by poor standards, according to the sheriff of Lawrence County when she won the reward on her birthday in April 2007. The source claims that she decided to receive it in 20 annual payments of $172,000 to create a trust fund for her grandchildren. According to the lottery, the winnings would keep coming to the beneficiaries named in Murray's will. Murray's death was ultimately blamed on Stanley. Number 7. Abraham Shakespeare. Abraham Shakespeare's tragic tale began happily enough when, in 2006, he discovered he had won $31 million in the Florida state lottery. He chose the lump sum payment, which meant that his overall take-home pay would be lower than if he had chosen to receive it in installments. He ultimately received $17 million after taxes. Still not bad at all, for Mr. Shakespeare, who was described by friends and family as kind, giving, and trustworthy, possibly even to an extreme. The drama started almost right away. A co-worker accused him of taking the winning ticket soon after he won, and he was hauled to court. Shakespeare eventually won the case and was given permission to keep his lottery prizes. Shakespeare's life continued to spin out of control despite his newfound wealth, or maybe it was because of it. He ultimately made friends with a white woman by the name of Doris Dongan, Dee Moore, who had vowed to organize his finances so he wouldn't spend it all at once. But instead of assisting him, she secretly stole from him, reducing his wealth. His family reported him missing in 2009, and in January 2010, his body was discovered in the backyard of a friend, buried beneath a concrete slab. Abraham Shakespeare, a lottery winner, was shot and killed in Tampa. Moore was subsequently found guilty. She is currently incarcerated for life. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Please like and subscribe for more video content.